Hey everybody, Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro, here at the beautiful Grand Vista Marriott in Orlando, Florida, where I own and operate my teaching business under the Shade Tree. Hey, let me continue with what I was talking about, Scottie Scheffler. Now, I was talking to a friend of mine today, and I said one of the biggest differences between the golf swing in the past and those golf swings that last, like Bernhard Longers and all those guys, how it just kept continuous. They started young and the swing kept going, is because they learned how to properly release the golf club, or whether it was intentional or it just came to them. You know, I heard a teacher one time, or a player one time, say that once you learn how to release the golf club properly, you just cannot not do it, you know, once it's done properly. And then one of the things is I was looking at some old film of Jack Nicklaus, because as I'm saying, Scottie Scheffler, I see him more conducive to what Jack Nicklaus did is back in his day of hitting greens, fairways, all that stuff, in comparison to Tiger, you know, hitting miraculous shots from, you know, basically a lot of times all over the place. But learning how to release that club is that next level thing. Now, what they're teaching now, like with Rory and all of them, they're teaching the body, you know, take it and do it with your body. But the problem is with the body is rotational. And because it's rotational, then all of a sudden there is no quote unquote absolute spot that you're actually going to. So now one day you might rotate this way, next day you might rotate that way. And here's the thing is, and you're not releasing the golf club. Well, the release is so important because it brings you to a specific spot each and every time, you know, which is the golf ball. You know, we know how to release it to get to that ball. Now, one thing I like about Scottie is not, when I'm watching him hit his wedges, he's not so much of a body swinger as he is as much as a, you know, a releaser, you know, based on how he takes the club up. And he just lets it go back down. I'm a firm believer that with a wedge, you don't need a whole bunch of body rotation to be able to make the wedge go as good as it needs to be. Matter of fact, I'd actually say the best way to hit wedges is not the rotation of the body, is learning how to rotate your head. Now, there are certain things that you can do with your head that actually makes your body move. That's one of those Shade Tree Pro secrets. But you want to hit a wedge better, instead of trying to make your body do rotational, use your head and learn how to release this club properly. And like I said, there is a difference between a release and the release. And I think Scottie Scheffler, when he hits these wedges, especially because, you know, when he gets up here, you know, he's not completely all this deeply set. And so it allows him to be able to make that swing where he can release it, you know, right down the start line. And that, here's another beauty of it, people, too, is that when you release it properly and, you know, learn to release, that's the advantage that the old pros have. I'll just tell you straight up, because back in the day when they did a lot of them old pros like Randy Smith, his coach, they all knew the reverse C and all that. Now, there's something about the reverse C that actually causes you to release the golf club properly. You got to know what that is. That takes a little time, a little study, you know, to be able to do this. But Roy could learn a lot from this as well. But Scottie, he's a releaser. You know, he releases the club properly. That's why his club is his game is so consistent. That's why he works on his grip. And like I said, I did send Randy one of those Dead Fingers grips books. You know, he'd be a smart man to read it. Because once you get that good Dead Fingers grip in there, it sets you on your path to be able to properly know how to release it. And like I said, you know, I don't have to worry about my body, because here's another thing here. Why I use my head, and actually use my head, because my head is rotating this way, the swing is this way, but yet they're trying to turn the body that way. Which one you think is more conducive to the swing? That's easy to figure out. So feel that good release. And to learn it and understand it better, come see me at the Marriott Grand Vista here in Orlando, Florida. Go to ShadeTreePro.com. Give me a call. Like I said, it don't take me no time to show you how to do these things. But like I said, that's up to you. All you got to do is come see me. Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Take the time to join my membership and learn about the fundamentals. Learn about the three-body setup, you know, the dead fingers, the anatomical ends, you know. I gave it away for free for so long, but hey, you know what? This is a business, people. And as they say, if you want quality, sometimes you got to pay for it. And like I said, free ain't always free. Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro, always good golfing.